In a game like Phantom Forces with literally hundreds of guns, hundreds of unique attachments, and dozens of conversions, and the availability to build stuff like this, there's going to be a lot of crap to sift through to find the truly juicy meat that this game holds. So today I thought that we'd take a look at some of that crap by sifting through every single weapon and picking out the worst ammo conversions that turn your awesome guns into actual trash. So follow along because there's actually going to be some pretty spicy takes, but just try and remember that these are my opinions, so at least try and wait until the end of the video before you scream your obscenities in the comments, if you're so inclined. And hey, if you end up enjoying the video, consider subscribing because about 65% of you guys are not subscribed. I'd love to try and hit 200K by the end of the year, so if you could help with that, that'd be awesome. I should add, by the way, this is in no particular order. Anyways, let's get into today's video, boys. All right, starting this off with a very spicy take. I think Tracerless is a very useless conversion. Now, by the name Tracerless, you can kind of assume what it basically is. It basically takes the tracers that your weapon normally fires, and it kind of makes them more like white and transparent. However, you'll notice that you can still see the tracers. Like, they're white. They're white. You can see them. I guess, sure, maybe that'll make them a little bit less obvious than a big, like, laser beam flying through the sky. However, it doesn't really have, like, any crazy effect or change. And it literally even says in the Phantom Forces wiki that Tracerless rounds don't have an actual model, but when equipped, your weapon projectile tracers will be less visible, so it doesn't have a model, but it's less visible. So I don't know. So you can still see it. So it's not just that though. So it requires 2,950 kills to unlock, and it's supposed to increase your overall accuracy for less range performance and bullet penetration. So really all that it kind of does, looking through the stats, is it just lowers your suppression. But if I go to say something like the AK-47, you can see it also doesn't do it. So like, what weapons are we doing this on? It just, for some weapons, it just straight up doesn't reduce the penetration. Like I can even go to the freaking like BFG and then put on Tracerless. It doesn't reduce the penetration. So I don't know why it says that, but that kill requirement is insane for basically nothing. So I just don't really see a particular use for Tracerless other than it just being kind of like a quote unquote flex ammo type, just to say you've gotten enough kills or spent enough credits on it. Otherwise, it's kind of useless. Moving on to the carbine category now, we're going to have the Gyrojet carbine, which is a weapon that until very recently, with the most recent like weapon rebalance for it, was one of my favorite weapons in the game. You can see just stats wise, it does 30 damage up close. The farther out you go, the more damage it does, to guarantee a one-tap torso kill at maximum range, which is just ridiculous. However, there are two conversions for this that I think are really just kind of dumb. So first is going to be the automatic conversion, which takes your torso multiplier, cuts it basically in half, same with your headshot multiplier more so. So no guaranteed one-tap headshot, no guaranteed one-tap torso kill. Guaranteed two-tap is okay. However, the reload time compared to like how much you're firing is just, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it to remove your one-shot capability. You can mag dump at somebody, miss, spend 10 freaking minutes reloading, and then just miss all your shots once again. Of course, you know, you could yap, skill issue, whatever, but it's just better to use a semi. This is not particularly usable. And the other conversion is going to be the 12mm rocket conversion, which takes your headshot multiplier even lower, but ups your fire rate from a default 350 up to 500. Removes your one-shot torso kill, but remains with at least a one-tap headshot multiplier, or headshot kill, I guess. But with a weapon that fires this low compared to the sight picture, yeah, I wouldn't, I would say to keep your one-tap torso kill, to be honest, in exchange for that slightly higher fire rate. That's just not worth it. But otherwise, just not a particularly good conversion. However, if we combine the two, it gets even worse. Sure, we get a 715 fire rate, but we have no headshot multiplier, a basically non-existent torso multiplier, and no one-tap headshot or torso kill. So with these two rather disgusting attachments, one could say, we get that. Funny for all of about 1 second, and then you go, haha, oh yeah, this is bad. I'm so surprised that I got a kill with this. Just don't use this. Just both of these are terrible. Just use the default. Just use the default version of the weapon. Scope if you really want, like I'm doing. Other than that, not worth. Remaining in the carbine category, we're gonna go to the can cannon, a weapon that yeah. So the can cannon on the surface is a very, very interesting weapon. So it's literally a gun that has a big old thing on the front, and you can shove stuff in the barrel and blinks in the magazine, and then you pew pew, stuff flies out. However, I want to particularly talk about the tennis balls conversion, because the tennis balls conversion is the only conversion that does more damage the farther out it is, which is great. On the surface, look, 99.76 damage, basically always going to be guaranteed one tap, right? That's great. Fantastic. Though it performs like a shotgun having two tennis balls in the barrel. You want to know something cool about those there tennis balls? Look at how far apart they land just from that short distance. They land so far apart from each other that you're better off like aiming off to the side if you want to hit something, because the tennis balls have such high freaking deviation. I was honestly lucky to hit that one hit right there. It's just such a weird conversion that like can work, but it's just your chances of hitting your shots are just so obscenely low. You basically want to be on top of the person they're trying to kill. Otherwise, you are more than likely not going to kill that person. But even still, the closer you are, the less damage you do. So you end up in the situation where up close, you're not doing enough damage because that's just how the ammo is. And out to distance, you're not doing as much damage because of the fact that you're basically not going to freaking hit your shot. You're left with just hoping to God that you're able to basically land a torso hit on someone who's taken one single damage from across the map with a weapon with horrendous deviation. Damage and stuff otherwise is fine. It's literally just the fact that it's so weird. It's just so weird. Fun when it works, terrible when it doesn't. Moving on to the LMGs now. Not this. This is what I was trying to talk about. You might think, Steven, that's a Scar L. No, that's the hammered Scar Hammer, the Hammer IAR, whatever. So what exactly is so gross about this particular LMG with a 30-round magazine? Because yes, the freaking conversion we're talking about here is the 30-round ammo conversion. Steven, it's just a Scar L. What's wrong with the Scar L? You got a problem with the Scar L, Steven? Steven, the Scar L is good though, Steven. This does not perform the way that the Scar L does. The Scar L gives us guaranteed 25 damage out to maximum range and a guaranteed 3-tap headshot, and continues to have a 30-round magazine. The Scar Hammer with 30-round magazine gives us guaranteed 4-tap torso, but no guaranteed 3-tap headshot, and we get less of a fire rate because it has like the ramp up fire mode. So while it's supposed to start at 550 and go to 750, you will notice that by the end of your magazine, you are only firing at just above 600 RPM. So you have to fire multiple magazines to get your fire rate to its maximum fire rate, which is still going to probably end up being just about the same after 3 magazines as the Scar L's default 650 fire rate. So why even bother putting a 30-round magazine on the Scar Hammer? It just doesn't seem viable. It doesn't seem like it makes sense. At least with the 30-round magazine. With the default one, it's okay. Personally, I'm a mid G3 enjoyer. It's okay. It looks fantastic. It's very interesting. It's got some pretty solid damage on it. No real complaints here. However, there's an interesting conversion for it that requires 1,020 kills, and that is the 45 ACP conversion, which is, in other words, a pistol magazine slapped into your G3. So what exactly do I not like about this conversion? Because yeah, on the surface, damage is all right. 30 studs, you get guaranteed 3-tap. If you include the torso multiplier, you're getting guaranteed 3-tap torso kill. That's right around 75 studs. Not bad. And you're always guaranteed a 5-shot kill at range. You're also getting a slightly higher fire rate too with the default 540 up to 600. So what's the issue here? The issue is that you have carbines and SMGs that do the same thing with either higher fire rates or better damage or more consistent damage and a less recoil. While this still has low recoil, of course, you're grinding up for nearly level 60 battle rifle and grinding up nearly 1,000 or over 1,000 kills just to get the performance of a slower carbine or SMG. I don't understand the reason for this other than, haha, battle rifle has funny, like, SMG magazine. I mean, it's a fine conversion. Like, you could totally use this. It's not like it's bad or anything like that. It's just that it's kind of pointless. And other than giving your G3, like, more ammo and a slightly higher fire rate, it's just not really, it doesn't make sense. Now, I have a bit of a two for one special here. So the first is going to be SemiAuto on the AA12, and the second is going to be SemiAuto on the USAS 12. Because yes, both of these being auto shotguns, they have semi-auto conversions for them. And what these are supposed to essentially do is make your spread for the shotgun shells tighter, effectively increasing your range potential with these shotguns. However, I have one argument for not putting semi-auto on the AA12. You see that? You see my argument? It's just better. It's just better. And not only is the Spaz 12 better, but if you use the USAS with semi-auto, not only does it feel absolutely diabolical to use, but you're getting even less damage than the other two shotguns. While yes, you may be getting a higher fire rate than the Spaz 12, you don't use the USAS as a semi-auto. That's not the point of the USAS. The point of the USAS is fully auto shotgun funny moments. Like, that's literally just it. Same with the AA12. That's a fully auto shotgun. Why Why would you limit that weapon's potential if you could just use something else? Great. Fantastic. What a conversion. Boy, oh boy, am I going to get some flack for this one. The Styr Scout with 5.56. Yes, I said it. It's got to be said. I know. It's a meme attachment. A lot of you guys swear by it just because it's stupid and pointless. But don't ever use 5.56 on the Styr Scout. For one, 550 kills, not crazy high. But what are you getting for this exactly? A slightly higher fire rate and double the reserve ammo capacity. What are you losing for equipping this? By default, it has a 2-tap torso out to over 100 studs. With this, you don't get a 2-tap torso kill at all. No. And your range damage and your close-up damage both go down horrendously, giving you only a 4-tap kill maximum range anywhere, 3-tap torso, and a 1-tap headshot. Also, sorry, I had marksman kit on, so the fire rate's actually supposed to be a little bit higher. So what you're getting for this is essentially more reserve ammo for less damage. Now, to be fair, the point of the Styr Scout is basically just guaranteed headshots, right? You're not really trying for torso shots like you would on something like a BFG or even an intervention for that matter. Like, this is meant to be used for headshots. So for some people, this conversion might actually be useful or make sense because you get a ton more ammo, and the type of people to main the Styr Scout are the type of people who are going to run through all of their ammo before dying. That is not me. So for me, 5.56 on the Styr Scout is just less damage output. That's all. And to that, I say, let's move on before I punch my monitor. Moving on to the DMR category now, we have the Dragonov SVU, which is typically a weapon that I absolutely love. I adore this thing. One thing and before I even talk about this, I love the SVU-A conversion. I love having my SVU be fully auto with 650 fire rate. However, this conversion over time has become less and less relevant. In years past, we have been given a fully auto SVU with the SVU-A conversion with 20 rounds in a magazine. However, now that has been cut in half to just 10 with a +1 capacity, of course. So, okay, just less ammo, whatever. It's still a fully auto SVU-A. Like, it didn't change that. And sure, you can still use it just fine. It's no real problem. You're basically expending a magazine per person, though, for the most part, if you're actually using it fully auto. And of course, I don't expect a sniper that's fully auto or DMR that's fully auto to have crazy good accuracy. So what is my complaint here? My complaint is the fact that they cut the magazine capacity in half, making it not as useful as it was before. However, you still can use it very effectively. And for requiring 2,000 kills while it's a lot, this does have a more practical purpose than just fully auto. By default, we get a 300 fire rate. With this, we get a 650. If we throw on like actual proper attachments for this, you will see that what we basically get is something that, while still technically fully auto, it's now something that we can also tap fire faster with. So in theory, we just have a slightly faster firing DMR that we can use fully auto if the situation calls for it. And I really feel like that is the main intention for this conversion. Faster semi-auto fire, full auto if you really want it for some reason, point blank. And for that, I think it actually works great. It is a very, very good DMR with some crazy good damage, and you can still use it full auto if you really want. So yes, that is pretty much going to be it for today's video, and the ammo conversions that I think are either useless or are being misused, or just overall don't particularly make sense. If there are any conversions that I missed that you guys think should be on the list as well, definitely let me know in the comment section below. What do you guys think of my list? This is not in any particular order as well. These are just kind of random ones that I came across as I was going through the different categories. Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I'm right? Do you think some of these should or shouldn't be on the list? Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section below. Just do your best to try and be civil. I know you won't, but just try. For once, please. With that said, if you guys did enjoy the video, don't forget to subscribe. And of course, if you do want to subscribe, then you definitely enjoyed the video. And if you enjoyed it enough that you want to support the channel, you can do so with the join button below to become a channel member. You can find that in the description below, the join button on my channel, or the link in the pinned comment as well. And you can become one of these lovely people up on screen right now who are the lovely channel members, of course. They help out the channel a ton, and I couldn't make videos like this as often as I do without them. Hope that you guys did enjoy. Also, if you did, leave a like as well, please. That does help a lot. And I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Check out my Phantom Forces playlist up on screen to see more Phantom Force videos just like this. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.